What's up, everybody? Welcome to Manly Monday Lives with the Fallible Man. My name is Brent, and I am your host, Brent, the Fallible Man Dallin. It is awesome to have you here, and if you are joining us, shout out in the comments. Let us know you're joining us from. This show is so much more fun when you guys participate, and I love having you involved. So shout out, let us know where you're watching. I can see what platform you watch on, and I can talk to all of you guys, and that just makes the show so much more fun. Guys, I am excited. We got a lot of stuff going on tonight. Oh, Sarah likes my shades. Yeah, everybody like this? Filters. Who knew? Snapchat actually makes filters for your home camera. So all of you who are working at home, hey, hack, guys. Guess what? You too can have these really cool filters like this one. Oh! For any of your Skype meetings or anything else you want, comment later and I'll tell you where to get that if you don't have that already, guys. Man, I'm excited tonight. We got a lot of great stuff to go over because tonight we are talking all about self-improvement, right? On this channel, I say be better tomorrow because of what you do today, and that is our lifeblood. We are all about a self-improvement lifestyle of growing yourselves personally. Now, personally has a broad range of categories. That's mentally, that's emotionally, that's spiritually, that's physically, guys. Hey, even professionally, I'm good with that because all the other growth helps in that category as well. But while we talked about it all the time, sometimes it's really hard to, put that into practice, right? We all say, hey, man, it's cool to talk about it and it's a great idea, but it's kind of hard to do, right? We're all so busy. The truth is we're all super busy, and sometimes it's really difficult to chase that continual growth. I know this. I struggle in my own life every day, guys. Every day I am working on improving something, whether it's going to the gym, listening to an audiobook, trying to be a better father, trying to be a better husband, trying to find that balance as I work a full-time job and run another business. I'm right there with you guys. I know exactly how hard it is to balance all that. So with all that, how do you actually make it work in your life? Well, today I want to share with you some personal development hacks that are more of a reframing of your situation. We're going to take a creative look at how to solve simple problems in your life just to make it easier for you to grow into the person you want to be. So hey, without further ado, why not? Let's just get into it.
Be better tomorrow because of what you do today.
Now, there are a lot of things. I mean, you can get books and all kinds of things to dig into the self-improvement lifestyle, and everybody wants to improve. Let me adjust my camera here so I can see you guys better because I'm looking right at you. But there are all kinds of websites you can go, right? There's entire industries on becoming better and doing better, and that is cool. And we're going to tap into a little bit of those tonight. But hey, Dave, good to see you, brother. Shout out to your dad. I know you're over there with him in the hospital, so shout out to your pops. Guys, how do we get better if we're so busy in our life? It's a really hard problem to tackle. I mean, it's just incredible how busy we become. And this right here, this is one of the worst culprits. Man, we all carry around one of these, and it is one of the worst culprits for making our life super busy. Shout out in the comments if you are old enough to remember life before cell phones, or at least before everybody had cell phones and was walking around with them. I go back to remembering bag phones. My friends' parents had bag phones, and I thought that was like super cool, that big clunky package thing. But the advent of technology right there in our hand, guys, has just made our lives even more busy. Hey, is the music too loud? Anybody shout out? Let me know in the comments if the music's too loud in the background. I like to jam while I'm doing this. Oh, I'm in here getting pumped up before I go live with you guys just because I get so excited. So let me know if the music is a little too loud and I'll turn it down. Otherwise, we'll just leave it up because it makes me feel good. And we all want to feel good, right? While we're jamming out and learning new, beautiful things about how to make ourselves better. So without further ado, let's get right into this. And I got something for you guys tonight. Here we go. We're going to get into some creative thinking for personal development because let's face it, right now we got to get a little more creative if we're going to grow because we're just slammed these days. I mean, it's just crazy, right? So we're going to have to start thinking outside the box if we're going to continue to grow. The first thing I want to dig into tonight, we'll see if I laid this out right, is I want to get into creative thinking for personal development, developing a growth mindset. Is that too small? Can you guys see that? You know what? Let's make me smaller. How about that? Can you guys read the slides? Is that better? I like it. I like the new view. Developing a growth mindset, guys, is going to be absolutely key to being successful at doing exactly what we're talking about tonight. And the first thing you need to do is we've got to get creative, okay? Dave says he slept once when he was 4. Man, we know all about that here. That's right. It's busy, 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 busy all the time. So when it comes to growing, you have to get creative sometimes with how busy we are. Now, that means you got to first change the way your mind deals with things. You have to go outside of the box. Do you guys like the thumbnail? I thought that was kind of cute. My daughter helped me pick the arrow. Blue was the wrong color. We had to go with green. So let her know you like that. She's watching this. But you need to develop a growth mindset. And we've talked about growth mindsets before, guys. And you definitely need to do back in the podcast, as we talked about that a couple times if you didn't catch those. But you need to switch your mindset from I can't or it's not possible to, a mindset of how can I? How can I make it possible? How can I get where I want to go? You need to stop telling yourself, because you are absolutely capable of self-limiting thought. Self-limiting thought just destroys your capability of being creative and imaginative. It automatically puts you in this box where you just can't. If you believe you can't, you absolutely can't. It's one of those weird things, but your mind is just that super powerful. Hi, Katie. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to see you. Your mind is that incredibly powerful, guys. If you believe you can't, then you absolutely can't. You are absolutely correct. Oh, Dave Sr.'s chiming in. Couldn't until he tried. It's what his dad used to teach him. Guys, it's absolutely true. And I used to think it was all a bunch of hokum. Can I use the word hokum? Chime in. Who's old enough to remember the word hokum? Or to have ever used it? Better yet, see if you can use it in a sentence tomorrow, guys. That'd be cool. Go out there tomorrow and be like, that's hokum. And people are like, I don't get what you're talking about. Guys, if you believe you can't, you're done. It's over. Now we need to change our mindset to how can I? When you see a problem that you don't understand the answer to or have the immediate answer to, don't look at how I can't do this. Look at how can I do this? Oh, we got quotes tonight. Whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. That is actually one of my favorite quotes. I think I even have that on a t-shirt over on Redbubble if you guys want to check that out. But guys, every situation is just a puzzle to unlock, right? If you absolutely are thinking, oh man, this isn't going to happen, I can't do it, then you're absolutely right. But the minute you stop that kind of negative thinking and take it out of your life, guys, then you can absolutely really start to dig in and create solutions. For example, I'm actually dealing with a advertising issue right now, right? Who would think the YouTubers advertise? But yes, guys, we advertise. And right now I'm looking at advertising my podcast because I want to see that platform grow. And I found a really great solution, except I don't make YouTube green, guys. I am not all about the Benjamins, all right? That's just not, I'm not at this level yet. Maybe someday, but yeah, I'm not that YouTuber, okay? I don't make money doing this. And so I'm looking at it going, how can I come up with the money to do this advertising? The advertising I'm looking at will cost me as much money as I've invested in this company in the last year. It would be by far the biggest investment I've ever made in this company. And I think it's absolutely worth it. So right now, my mindset is, how do I come up with enough money to do this? How do I make it possible? I'm not dwelling on, wow, that's a big number, because it's a really big number for advertising. But I'm focused on, how can I do that? Because now my mind is calculating and contemplating solutions to make it possible. Because guys, trust me, I'm going to do this. I don't know how yet. I haven't figured all the answers, but I am absolutely 100% going to do this because I think it would be a great thing for my company. Hey, and while I got your attention, guys, who wants a mug tonight? I want a mug. Let's hear it. Shout it out. Who wants a mug? I got a fresh mug sitting right behind me on the shelf that you guys see in the background of this video. It is all right there, guys. And I will send you a fresh, off the mint, brand new mug. They package them really well. They're easy to ship. So if you want a mug tonight, hashtag mug. Common Man's gone a step farther. We're going, I want a mug. Nope. Hashtag mug. We'll keep it simple, right? Hashtag mug in the comments. Dave wants a mug. Jared wants Dave to have the mug. See, we're building a community here. I love having you guys together because it's building a community right here on the Fallible Man, and I am all about that. So hashtag mug, guys. And you too can get yourself that snazzy mug as we keep rolling on to point number 2, guys. Oh, hey, look at that. I actually built it into my slide deck. I didn't even realize it. Hashtag mug. There it is. I didn't even have to cut to my other slide. That would have been handy if I actually had remembered that. Mental growth, okay? Creative thinking for personal development, guys. That's what we're all about tonight. That's what we're talking about. So, mental growth hacks. How do we continue to grow ourselves mentally? How do we get smarter? How do we grow our brain when we're so super slammed? Well, if you guys have watched some of my stuff before, I've told you one of my favorite go-tos. I love audiobooks. I actually just started a new audiobook today. I am super psyched. I read another book that the author wrote a while back, and it was just a groundbreaking book on advertising and social media. So I'm really excited because it's something I don't understand. And so I started a brand new book today. I'm super psyched about that. So audiobooks are a great way. Podcasts like this amazing podcast called The Fallible Man Podcast that we do right here every Wednesday, released at 9:15 on YouTube and all podcast platforms, guys. Oh, hey, Jess, good to see you. Guys, we have a podcast. That's where this all started, is with a podcast before the live stream. So the Fallible Man Podcast drops every Wednesday at 9:15 on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, Amazon, you name it, we're there. But you can dig into other podcasts, guys. That is a great way to grow mentally. Now, you're noticing a lot of this has to do with audio, okay? I know you can't see my headphones. I upgraded so you can't see them, but I'm wearing headphones right now, guys. So a lot of this has to do with audio, being able to listen while you do other things. I was actually talking to my 9-year-old earlier tonight while I was working on some stuff. And I was actually listening to a live stream that my good friend Coach John does on Facebook, and it was awesome. It was a great interview. But I was listening to that while I was getting ready for some other stuff, guys, because the ability to listen and take in information while you're doing menial tasks like going for a walk, or I actually walked on a treadmill today at the gym for a few minutes listening to a book. It was great. I got some walking in. Otherwise, I like to walk outside. It's just getting a little crazy here. The wind's nasty today. But being able to double up on task is huge when it comes to being able to grow yourself personally. Now, I have on the slide, guys, something called Blinklist.com. Now, full disclosure, I have never used Blinklist.com. However, the reviews are outstanding. I've actually listened to several people I know, look up to in the community who use Blinklist.com. Blinklist is the cliff notes of every book. They have over 5,000 nonfiction books, and they condense them to about 20 or 30 minutes. They've gone through and condensed the very essence, all the high points, all the important parts of the book down to about a 20-minute audio. So if you don't have time, because like the audiobook I started today is 7 hours long. If you don't have time or feel like that is just not time you can deal into a book, hit Blinklist.com. It's like $9 a month. It's cheaper than Netflix, man, and it is a way, way, way better investment. Now, I'm going to get a kick out of this. Wordscapes. This is one of the only games I actually like on modern devices. Okay. My daughter plays this. My wife plays this. My mom plays this. I used to play this, but there are other games like Wordscapes that increase your vocabulary. They actually make your brain focus, and with everything that your brain goes wrong with your phone, games that actually help contribute to your learning and personal growth are an absolute must. Now, here's another thing. If you want to go old school, now next week, I can tell you right now, guys, I'm giving away a copy of this book next week. So if you want this book, you need to be on the show next week. I Can Appreciate That by Stephen Crane. All next week on the Fallible Man, we are focusing on gratitude because it's Thanksgiving. So we're going to jam out with gratitude this week or this coming week. And I will be giving that away. If you like books like I do, I actually like to feel the books. I like to touch them. I like to read them. Read 5 pages a day. Okay, one of the biggest distractions I got into with reading was thinking that I had to read a full chapter or thinking that I had to read for 30 minutes or thinking, how do I fit this in? Huh? Commit to 5 pages a day. That's all you need, okay? 5 pages a day. Multiply that, right? That's 35 pages a week. By a month, you're reading 140 pages. Think how many books you can get in a year if you're just doing 5 pages a day, guys. That's a great thing. On top of that, now we live in a world where you can learn anything online. YouTube, like the channel you're watching right now, if you're on our YouTube channel, guys, YouTube is a great place. Elon Musk even said, hey, if you want to learn how to do something, go to YouTube at this point because you can learn how to do pretty much everything on YouTube. But I don't think that's enough. So there are sites like Skillshare, Cyber IT. I was actually one of the crowdfunding members of Cyber IT. It's an IT devoted website devoted to helping people breach the barrier into the IT world because they can get expensive. Those books suck financially to buy. There's also Udemy, right? Udemy is a whole new thing. I haven't spent a lot of time with it, but you can get courses on Udemy and learn how to do all kinds of things. So guys, it's all about how you use your time and learning to take that extra time to dig in a little deeper. And I know that's what we're talking about here. How do you do it? Well, that's my go-to, guys. I go to audiobooks. I go to podcasts. I've been listening to a lot of podcast episodes of podcasts about advertising since that's something I struggle with in my podcast. But guys, you can learn all kinds of things. There are 175,000 podcasts or more in the world. I think we're actually up to 1 million. Those are old numbers I'm throwing out. There are literally hundreds of thousands of podcasts. If you are interested in it and want to learn something, I've interviewed guys. I've talked to guys who run podcasts. I was watching an interview today, and the host had on a guy who is a free diver, and he has an entire podcast dedicated to beginners in free diving. Crazy, right? So you can actually go learn and listen and actually dig in to learn how to free dive. I don't even live in a place where I can go free diving. I certainly don't want to in the closest water sources to me. But guys, it's a whole podcast just learning to free dive, right? There is information out there. It's the best mental growth hack I can give you right now is to understand how to multitask. You've got to start multitasking on the little things that are difficult or monotonous, not difficult, sorry, the things that are monotonous and that you actually aren't spending the brain power on. When you're not spending brain power on things like that, walking, maybe you don't spend a lot of brain power at work like me, then dig in and use that time, do audiobooks, do podcasts, hit blink lists. Guys, read 5 minutes a day. It will change your life. I promise you. Now, I think I've ranted about that one enough. I see, let's see. YouTube is great for professional growth as well. Yes, it is, my dear. It's my, where is there? There, my tag. Yay. Yes, it is. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Dave wants the mug. Yep, we got that. All right. I mean, you guys are quiet tonight. What's up with that? Whoever's watching, man, shout out. Let me know you're alive. Hashtag mug. All of you who want to actually have that mug. Oop, I dropped my music. How'd I drop my music? I knew something was waning on me. And while we're looking at that, guys, we're going to jump forward to the next one. Physical growth hacks are one of my favorite things because it is so stupidly easy. Now, I'm going to go really large screen on this one, guys, so you can see the slide. You have no excuse to not make yourself better physically, guys. At this point, we live in a day and age where information is plentiful. So we're going to run down the list because if you want to be healthier, there is literally a plethora of information online about how to do it. You can ping me outside of here, guys, and I will hook you up with all kinds of links, whether it's bodybuilding, powerlifting, meal prep, personal dietitians, blah, blah, blah. Man, I follow them all. But let me throw out some really easy ones I got for you guys. Meal prep. Meal prep was one of the best time savers my wife and I ever found at one point when we were both trying to diet. Meal prepping twice a week, Sunday and Wednesday. We prep for about 3 days. We even prep for a week sometimes. And just our fridge looked like a dispenser for takeout containers. But we meal prepped an entire week's worth of food, and it was amazing because I didn't have to worry about coming and going. I could just grab food, have healthy food right there in my hand. It really only takes a couple of hours once or twice a week. You've got no excuse to be running through McDonald's, guys. McDonald's is killing you. So you got no excuse. Stop eating junk food. That is number 2. One of the biggest things I did when I changed from construction to IT, guys, as a profession, is I stopped eating as much fast food. I stopped going to McDonald's. I stopped getting my lunches and my breakfast at the gas station because that's horrible. I know I used to work at a gas station. Stop doing it. But there are even better hacks, guys. Park further away. When you go to the store, park on the outer limits of the grocery store parking lot. Take the stairs if you have stairs. If you don't, go for walks or do both. Guys, one of the best things I've done at my job, because I sit all the time at a computer desk, is I get up and I walk around my facility when I'm on my break time. I actually eat lunch at my desk and take walks on my lunch break. Now, bonus points, guys, right here. Triple down. I go for a walk on my lunch break while I'm listening to an audiobook after I've eaten meal prep food. Cha-ching! Right? I'm getting exercise. I'm growing my mind while I'm getting exercise. I eat healthy food, and I'm getting outside whenever possible to get that vitamin D because sunshine is incredibly good for you. So walk on your breaks. I got to shout out my friend over here at Common Man OCR. Him and his boss actually have a meet. It's like a bi-weekly or tri-weekly meeting. And for a while, they were getting up and going for walks. When they were working in person together, they would go for a walk while they had their meetings. Now, sometimes they go do it remotely on the phone. And guess what? He goes for a walk while he's talking to his boss. It is a great hack on how you can get physically healthier while you're still at work, guys. Install a pull-up bar in your house. This is one of the cheapest pieces of gym equipment you could possibly put in your house. Guess what? You can't do a pull-up? Guess what? Holler at your boy because I got some great programs. I will link you over to Meg Squats on YouTube. She has a tremendous free pull-up program. That's right. Jared's sounding off. I've recommended 10-minute walks 3 times a day. Guys, that's not even my own brainchild, okay? Stan Efferding, who is a legend in bodybuilding and powerlifting. He is also a coach and a trainer. He has his own diet that is amazing. Sarah and I were on it for a while. We felt great. The food tasted great. We were losing weight. It was a wonderful thing. And that is his research. He won't even take credit for it. That is research that he will link. 3 10-minute walks is better than 30 minutes a day. Right after you eat, get up, walk 5 minutes away, walk 5 minutes back. There's your 10 minutes, guys. It is better because it keeps your metabolism moving. It keeps your body burning instead of 1 30-minute walk. So that's also a great thing. And that works at work. I do it at work all the time. So 3 10-minute walks is a huge, huge win. But guys, you can't do a pull-up. I'll set you up with the right people to help you get that first pull-up too. Do push-ups, guys. Here's a crazy one, okay? Now, a lot of us think of calisthenics as something we used to do. Every morning when you get out of bed, do 5 push-ups. That's all. I'm not asking for more. Do 5 push-ups every morning when you get out of bed. That is a super win, and actually we're going to get into that in section number 4 in a minute. But take meetings while you walk, and we're talking about what Dave I told you about already. Standing desk, treadmills, and bike desk have come down. If you work from home, guys, I'm actually working off a standing workbench because workbenches that crank up, standing workbenches from Home Depot, cost about a quarter of what an actual standing desk does. But my whole rig is on a standing desk. So I can stand up while I do things like this or stand up while I'm editing videos. Guys, get a standing desk if you work from home, maybe a treadmill desk, maybe a bike desk. My friend Dave's got one. Or you can get one of those little pedal things you stick under your desk, okay? For goodness sake, get a yoga ball and set on it so you actually have to work your abdominal core. That's right. Bike desks are actually more affordable now. But set on a yoga ball, man. Just, if you want to go with the bare minimal, there we go. Quit bad habits, guys. This is probably the easiest. Ooh, I got ads going in the middle of my show. How unprofessional of me. Guys, quit bad habits, okay? Y'all are all adults. You're all grown-ups watching this, except for maybe my daughter. But guys, you can absolutely quit your bad habits. Go to bed at a decent time. You're an adult. You're not a child anymore. Go to bed at a decent time so you can get up at a decent time. Your body was actually engineered for it. And before all of you shout out, it's like, oh, I can't go to bed before like 11 o'clock. Yeah, you can. It's conditioning. It takes time. You have to train your body to do it. It takes effort. I recognize that. But it's absolutely 100% possible, guys. And it will change your life. Quit the bad habits. Drink less booze. Drink more water. Stop going to gas stations and McDonald's. Eat more home-cooked food. Guys, this is child's play. Really, you have no excuse at this point in life with all the information we have available to us to continue to eat crappy food and not take care of yourself. So I'll get off my high horse. Now, full disclosure, yes, I'm saying that. I'm also doing something about it because I know I've gotten a little heavy. I was at the gym today. I was at the gym yesterday. So yes, I'm taking my own advice. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to me. It's all coming back at me, guys, because I am the fallible man. I know I don't got it all figured out. Now, guys, shout out. Let us know what your hack is. Okay? This is what I want to see. I want to know, do you have your own personal growth hack? And what is it? Share it out in the comments. What do you do before we keep going to grow yourself? What is your way to improve yourself on your schedule as we face this crazy busy time, as we face all new things we've never dealt with in this world, right? Our lives have changed radically in the last 2 years. I understand that. I acknowledge that. It's difficult for some people. I've been very fortunate compared to a lot of people. So I understand that your lives have changed. So what is your growth hack? What have you been doing this year to improve yourself, even in the tide of change and the tide of business and the tide of family? How are you improving yourself, guys? I really want to know. Shout it out in the comments. Share with the community. Let us know what you are doing to make your life a little bit better every single day. Now, we're going to get into emotional growth hacks, guys. And I'm digging this. You're going to like this. I actually set you guys up in a checklist, okay? And I did this for a purpose. This is what I want you to do. To grow yourself emotionally, to a growth hack to make yourself stronger, to grow emotionally, is I want you to structure your day as a cascading win. Now, if that doesn't make sense, let me explain it this way. Structure your day where you are counting all the little wins. Make a game out of it. Make a list. Literally make a list of all the things you absolutely must do. Include the simple ones. I mean, all the little tiny wins, guys. I can tell you where this comes from because the Navy SEALs do it this way too, and it works for them. And if it works for the SEALs, it works for the rest of us. By the time you are faced with tough decisions later, if you've counted all those small wins, then you're on a winning streak, and it's a whole lot easier to face hard decisions. So you see, I put this list in here with check boxes to illustrate a point, guys. This is a typical good morning right here. Now, you can look all over YouTube and find millionaire mornings and all that crap. It really does actually matter how you structure your morning. Navy SEALs, if you've listened to the podcast before, Navy SEALs absolutely are taught the first thing they do when they get out of bed is they make their bed, right? That's a win. They're taught to value the small wins and to steamroll those small wins into even bigger wins. I see more people are joining us, guys. Hey, shout out where you're from and who you are. Thanks for joining the live stream. It's good to see you guys. So make yourself a checklist, guys. And I'm not even like exaggerating. I seriously, honestly want you to do this, okay? In our checklist, here's easy morning for you to get an idea on. I'll make it even bigger because I want you to understand this. Get up early. Check. Make your bed. Check. Drink 8 ounces of water. Check. This is an important fact that not a lot of men know. Most heart attacks actually happen in the early hours of the day because your body has dehydrated over the night, to the fact where it's actually advisable for you to keep an 8-ounce glass of water next to the bed and drink it even before you get up, just because it rehydrates your system and makes you that much healthier and safer. That's a freebie. Now, after you drink that 8 ounces of water, do 10 push-ups or do some yoga stretches and loosen up for the day. Take your shower, brush your teeth, check. Get dressed, eat a meal prep breakfast. Hey, this goes back, right? Meal prep. Eat a meal prep, healthy breakfast that you've already got ready. You just got to pop out of your fridge and microwave. Maybe listen to a podcast, audiobook, or read your 5 pages while you're doing breakfast. Leave with time to spare and listen to that audiobook or podcast on the way to work. Clock in on time, guys. Walk on your breaks. Listen to that audiobook some more. Maybe a podcast. Stand whenever you can at your job. Now, if you're a line job guy, I get it. That's the last thing you want to do. You want to sit down on your breaks. Guys, I worked on the line for GE at one point, and it was monotonous to stand there 10 hours a day on a rubber mat and move the same part all day long. So I get it. You guys, we can come up with some other creative solutions for you. And in fact, if you want me to help you tackle some solutions tonight, line up on the Q&A, guys. There is a link in the description of the Facebook or the YouTube video that you're watching right now where you can fill out a form. That is for your privacy. I'm the only one who sees it. That way I can send you an invite to be live on the show tonight and ask your questions. And maybe we help work you through your situation of how you're trying to improve yourself. Now, Sarah mentioned a few minutes ago, I was asking the question of the show. Here it is. She's attending a virtual conference on bookkeeping by QuickBooks because she's a bookkeeper. So, guys, what else are you doing to improve yourself right now? What is your hack? Guys, this is a great hack for your emotional well-being. Okay, I didn't count these off the top of my head, but look, by the time you get to work, you've already knocked off 10 or more wins for the day. So when you get to work, you're on a winning streak. And guys, winning builds momentum. It's incredible. Like big wins, like some Batman dancing kind of wins. Oh, doesn't work on full unless I go to full screen. Oops. Batman dancing wins. Yeah. Okay. 10 wins to start the day, guys. Get that shimmy in there. Come on, dance with me. Guys, 10 wins to start the day is an incredible way to start your day, and you steamroll right into it. It builds and sets the tone for the day. You will be so much happier when you get to work if you're punching off that checklist and you've already got a row of wins long before you get into the office or whatever you do for a living, guys. So check it out. It will help you emotionally because you're already on a winning streak. So when you actually get faced with something a little nastier at work, then you will already be in a good position to deal with that, guys. And let's dig right back into it unless we have more comments. You guys are quiet tonight in the comments section. What is going on? Okay, so we'll keep going then. Number 4, guys, spiritual growth hacks. Now, how do we hack spiritual growth hacks, right? And I am actually talking about spiritual growth hacks. No matter what you believe, I'm not going to tell you what you have to believe, guys, but no matter what you believe, right, you need to believe something. And I've covered that in a podcast before. You need to have something bigger than you to believe in. Now, you may be a nature person. You may be a religious person. You need something to believe in, guys, and we're not going to dig into that today. But spiritual growth, how do we get stronger spiritually? And this is something that's super important. Well, let me give you some suggestions, guys. Spend more time with people who have the same belief systems as you. One of the easiest hacks that you can possibly do to continue to grow spiritually, to nurture yourself spiritually, is to surround yourself with like-minded people, people who believe the same thing you do, people who hold the same values you do. This is one of the easiest ways for you to grow spiritually, is to just surround yourself and embrace yourself with those people. Utilize your time. We were talking about listening to audiobooks or podcasts to grow while you're out walking. You know what, guys? some of my best prayers, okay? I'm a Christian, I pray. And some of my best prayers have come while I was out walking. Utilize the time while you're out walking or doing under mentally stimulating things. How do I say that? I'm sure I screwed that up. Okay. Mentally unstimulating things. If your job is a brain killer, utilize that time. You can meditate while you're moving stuff on the line. Trust me, I have done it. Other things you do, pray, contemplate, take some deep thought, guys. This can happen whether you're walking on a treadmill, walking outside. This can happen while you're doing tedious, mind-numbing tasks like the dishes. I've had some great prayers over the dishes, guys. So utilize your time to handle menial tasks and plug in and grow spiritually. It will do incredible things for your life. Guys, remove the stresses. Now, this is something we don't generally equate with spiritual growth. So I know it sounds a little weird, but I want you to start de-stressing, guys. Stress is one of the biggest killers of your spiritual life, whether you realize it or not. The more stressed out you are, the more overwhelmed with stressors, the less you can actually focus on nurturing the spiritual. It's almost an antithesis to spirituality. The more you stress, the harder it is on you, and the less likely you are to be able to grow and nurture that spirit that helps you find peace, that gives you calm in difficult situations. You got to remove the stress. So start looking through your life and remove stresses that you don't need to hold on to anymore, guys. This is so important, okay? Start removing stresses. It's said that you are a direct reflection of the people around you. So if the people around you are stressing you out, maybe you need to find another group of friends, and that can be really, really difficult to do. I get it. But you need to remove those stresses. Mindful breathing can wholeheartedly support spiritual growth. You're right, Jared. I absolutely 100% agree. I did an incredible podcast with a guy named Aaron Young over in Australia, and he'd actually just done a 3-day retreat with a bunch of Northern Australian farmers, all above the age of 50, working on mindful breathing and yoga. And he had these old, hardcore Northern Australia farmers doing yoga and mindful breathing, and they were saying how amazed they were. For the first time in their life, they weren't in pain or they were actually relaxed. It is incredible. Mindful breathing is incredible. There's actually a term for that, and I'm just blowing it out of my head. I actually listened to it on a podcast earlier. Guys, surround yourself with people who lift you up. I keep going back to who you surround yourself with for spiritual growth, guys, because it's important. That's right, Sarah, the standing meditation. Had on another guest quite a while ago. I've actually given Nate's book away before, The Standing Meditation. It's a phenomenal book, guys. And it was all about that. So, but guys, I keep going back to the idea of who you surround yourself with. Surround yourself with people who pick you up. If your crowd is dragging you down, there is no way you're going to grow spiritually. If people are constantly putting you down, pulling you down to their level, if you aren't surrounded by people with the same ideals and goals, you're never going to reach your goals. So surround yourself with people who pick you up and think in the same mindset. Not to say an echo chamber, but they have the same goals and intentions and purposes, and it will do incredible things for your life. I think I closed my notes somehow. That's cool. We don't need them. So, guys, we are wrapping towards the end of the show. I have not seen any kind of questions coming down. One of these days, I'm actually going to get somebody to come on my show and ask questions in person instead of just like tagging in this way. But, guys, if you want this incredible mug, which I absolutely love, your Manly Monday mug, you need to hashtag mug right now in the comment section if you want to win this mug, because we are about to be giving that away, guys. And it is a great mug. These things are like 15 ounces. They hold a tremendous amount of coffee. I know, because I'm a super coffee snob. So if you want your mug, if you love your coffee, hey, guess what? You can put hot tea in it too. If you're a tea guy, that's cool. We're okay with that. So if you want this mug, hashtag mug, and we are getting to that point, guys. In fact, I'm going to stop sharing that screen. I'm going to share this other screen so y'all can see the giveaway. Because we are at that point in the show. I haven't even seen questions coming in. What's up with that? And I've got advertisements rolling in the background again. Man, I'm so unprofessional. Guys, I love having you here. I loved hanging out with you. So get ready. We're going to add this to the stream. And we are going to hashtag mug for our giveaway. You guys can see this. This is totally legit. I do not mess with this. Going once. Going twice. Who wants the mug? Here we go. Draw. Tonight's lucky winner. And will Dave continue his losing streak? We'll see. Oh, Jared. Congratulations, Jared. Have you won this mug before? Hey, Dale. Welcome to the live stream, man. It's great to have you on. Thanks for joining in, brother. You're catching the tail end, but it's good to have you here anyways. Jared, congratulations on winning the mug. Holler at me afterwards. You know how to get a hold of me, and we will get that sent your way. Or you can de facto gift that to somebody else. Oh, send it to Dave. You already won the mug. That's some love, man. This is what I love about our community. We have an amazing community. Dave, the mug is coming your way because Jared has already won a mug, and he wants you to have it, brother, because you haven't won yet, and he knows that you've been trying. So awesome on you. Thanks for that, Jared. Now, guys, we have shared some incredible tips here. I'm not going to try and run through them in huge amounts of time because we have covered a lot of information. Go back, and if you're catching this on the rewatch, guys, on the replay, there's a lot of value. If you didn't catch everything as we went through this, guys, this replay is up on Facebook and YouTube all the time. You can go back and catch this anytime you want, guys. Pause the screen, write down things. There is so much going on in our lives, guys, and it is so hard to, okay, we'll dig into that one. It is so hard to get into everything that we want to actually continue to grow. And it's important that you grow as a person. It's important that you keep working on yourself. That's what we are all about here at the Fallible Man. We do have one question. I'm not following Wim Hof. Actually, I have read a lot of Wim Hof's stuff. I go and check out his YouTube channel. I'm into his breathing work. I have not quite grown enough maturity to take a lot of cold showers. I take them every now and then, but wow, cold water just rains me. So we do have one question tonight from my lovely wife. How do you prioritize all the improvements you need to make in life? And man, that is a really valid question, my dear. Thank you for offering that one out. This is something that we all struggle with, right? Because first we got to jump through all the hurdles to try and improve ourselves in our busy life, with everything trying to grab our attention, with everything that is nagging and fighting for our attention every day, whether it's your cell phone, your job, or whatever it is. There are 100 things grabbing for your attention. My goodness, I can't turn down my own. There, I'll turn on my radio. Can't even turn on my own radio. There are 1,000 things calling at your attention, especially parents, right? Parents are dealing with kids on top of their jobs or on top of their other stuff, right? For all of us, it's really hard with a bunch of things. So how do I head down into what I need to work on first? And that's really, really important. Congratulations, Dale. Headed out for your 70th anniversary. You know what? Mom is actually watching this, Dale. So I'm sure that she would say she loves you guys and congratulations on that. She's watching this live stream as well. And congratulations, 70 years. That's amazing, man. Can we get a shout out for Dale? 70 years. Woo! That is a huge accomplishment and an amazing thing. Dale is an old family friend, and it's so cool to actually touch base with him tonight. So how do you prioritize all the improvements you need to make? That is the hard question. And what I would say is you start where you can, right? You always start with what you can. At the beginning of the show, we were talking about changing the mindset from I can't do that to how can I do that? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do in this situation. There are lots of things that we all want to work on. I know I want to work on my physical health, but I also want to work on being better mentally. I want to learn more business as I develop my business. I also want to be a better dad and a better husband, right? So there are lots of things pulling at me. And the simple answer is you start by a process of elimination. What can you work and still succeed in your life, right? Because a lot of times we come down to there are one or two incremental improvements. And let me be really clear, incremental improvement, guys, is still improvement. One of the things we talk about all the time here on the Fallible Man is that you need to improve incrementally. I'm not talking about big changes. Big changes don't necessarily work. I see that every year. I'm a gym guy. I see that every year come January 2nd at the gym. I see everybody make these huge changes. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get healthy. And without fail, by the end of February, if 100 people join the gym, only 10 people are still there at the end of February. Okay. We have this concept that we need to do big, extraordinarily changes. That's not it. That's why I said, jump in and pick, do 5 push-ups every morning when you get out of bed. If you want to get healthier, right? Take the win when you choose to prepackage your food and meal prep instead of going to McDonald's or going through the drive-through or the gas station. Take small wins. Incremental wins are huge wins, guys. And it goes back to the emotional health, right? That checklist, small wins add up to be really, really big wins. So if you got to pick something, you can sometimes pick one from every category, but sometimes you can't do one from every category. Let's be honest, we are incredibly busy as a people. So what you need to do is work on what you can, right? Maybe all you can do is put in that audiobook while you're working or whether you're taking care of the kids or washing dishes or going for a walk or whatever you do. Maybe the fact that you got up and managed to go for a walk is a huge stretch for you guys. Count that as a win. No one gets to judge where you are at physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. Okay. No one gets to judge that. That's you. You know that. So for some people, just getting up and taking a walk is a huge step. Making that 10 minutes of time to go for a walk for yourself, huge step. Taking that, 5 minutes or 10 minutes to read 5 pages in a book, it's a huge step and a huge ask. Meal prepping your food. Take the wins, take the little wins and celebrate the little wins and build on top of those as you get more chance. But I'm going to say that the way you decide is what you can. Sit down, make your list of what you can do and go after what you can accomplish and build on that. One thing after another, just knock them down. Make that checklist, knock them down. And as you improve, you're going to grow more time for that. So I hope that answers that question. We got another question here. As an IT professional, do you have any advice for prioritizing and organizing that also works for balancing life in general? I actually, it's funny how often I embrace Navy SEAL training, despite the fact that I was never in the Navy or never a Navy SEAL. But I'm going to say work the problem. In my IT career, as an IT professional, that is something that I absolutely deal with every day because I have been in situations where literally I actually had a guy on a conference call one time. We had a major incident going on at my job or one of the jobs I used to work at. And I kid you not, there was a dude in the background whose sole job was to count time. And every 10 minutes, he went 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. So we all had an active countdown of how many millions of dollars the corporation was losing during this incident. I had the vice president of an entire division of one of the biggest corporations in the world on the line waiting for me to fix this. And I couldn't even diagnose the situation because it was such a complete and utter failure. So what I'm going to say is for prioritizing is to work the problem. One of the greatest things that you can do is to organize your mind logically, attack and work the problem. And it works for your personal life as well as your professional life is you just work the problem. One thing in front, you can't fix it all at once. Okay. If you look for the big answer, you're actually going to probably I train people all the time actually in my industry, and you are going to have a cascading failure if you just try and solve the big picture. Start at the bottom, start at the one thing you can solve and just work up the line. Work what you can work the immediate problem in front of you. Other things maybe fall into chaos, work the immediate problem, and just move up the list as you go. understand you are one person and you can only take so much at a time and you can only handle so much at a time. So one of the most effective ways you do it is just work the immediate problem and then move on. That's the best you can do. And that works both in the IT field when you're tackling problems and everybody's screaming at you, and in your personal life and balancing life in general. Work the problem. Make a list of priorities in your life. Okay, when we translate that to the personal life, make a list of what is important to you, what is important, what matters the most. And I mean, really like focus on this. There are a lot of things we think matter that don't. So figure out what is important to you, then start working the problem one step at a time. Sarah's right. She's going to comment in here. Be present, and be present entirely in the moment, guys. When you're working the problem, be in the problem. When you're with your family, be with your family. When you're with your kids, be with your kids. When you're on a call, be on that call. Wherever you are, be present in the moment, and it will help you succeed so much more in what you are doing. Guys, it is so good to hang out with all you tonight. Thank you for joining the live stream. I love you guys. It is so great to be here with you guys tonight. I hope you've gotten something out of it. Share the rewatch with your friends. Share our channel with your friends, guys. Let us know how we're doing. And until next time, be better tomorrow because of what you do today.